Hello. Thanks for joining. I'm going to do a yoga class tonight at home. Wait for some more friends to join. Okay, great, so we'll just give it a few minutes here if you guys want to join us. Hi Liza, hi Katie. Yeah, so if you guys have a yoga mat, a spot to set up, if you don't have a yoga mat, maybe just rolling out a towel or finding a carpet, grassy area, somewhere comfortable. Hi Hannah, hey Tara. Liza, it's actually lung tea. It's really good for the respiratory system. It's got a lemongrass and ginger and stuff in it. It's super yummy. It's an Ayurvedic tea. Hi John, hey Katie, thanks for coming. Hi guys. All right, so we'll give it another minute or so. Instagram will cut me off after an hour, so I gotta be strict on my time. I'm not always good at that, but the end is the best part, so I'm gonna do that. All right, so getting yourself a comfortable spot to practice. Awesome. Hey guys. Finding a comfortable seat. I like to put a little height underneath my seat so that my hips are over my knees instead of being sunk down. So that can be done with just a blanket underneath or whatever. But if it's comfortable and your hips aren't sunk down, that's fine too. I like crisscross applesauce, but you can also have your feet under or even the feet straight out. Just finding a spot where your spine can be nice and tall, the shoulders can be over the hips. And then if you have anything comfortable you want for Shavasana, like a blanket, or I've got a bolster or an eye pillow here, the goal is really going to be just healing and relaxing tonight. So anything that's going to help you with that, you want to gather now so that you can be nice and comfortable at the end. Great, so people can join as they want, but we'll find that comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall, you can close your eyes if you're comfortable and you're ready to do that, or you can just keep a soft gaze. Just starting to connect with the breath, starting to settle in here. Anything that happened before or is going to happen after, let that be off of the mat. Any worries, anything else that's going on in life, can have a space later, but see if this yoga mat, this yoga practice can be your space right now to just be. Being is going to be the focus for tonight. Life's kind of giving us an opportunity to slow down when everything else is taken away. You know, we're so often go, go, go. Life's often about do, do, do. We have all of these titles, all of these attachments. When all these are taken away, who are you? That can be hard. But who you are is still there, the soul. Opportunity to connect here, your breath. It's always there. And we really get an opportunity to just be. No longer doing. So we'll start to elongate the breath here. So when we breathe in, we're going to focus on the belly getting larger, taking in air, and as you breathe out, the belly gets smaller, letting the air go. So we'll breathe in for a count of 4, and then breathe out for that same 4 count. So inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, belly gets larger. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, navel contracts to spine. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can drop the breathing technique. Allow the breath to just be, to just come to you naturally as it does. As the breath always knows how to. Notice that natural rise and fall. Softening the shoulders, relaxing the eyebrows, the forehead. Noticing anywhere else you might be gripping, holding tension. See if you can let that go. Bring your hands to heart center. I'll begin yoga practice today with a sound of Om. Om is the 3 different unique sounds, A, O, and blended together. When they all come together, make one more even beautiful, harmonious sound, Om. So the Om can help tell us that it's time to start practice. It's time to just be. It can be really healing. So I will chant the Om. If you'd like to join in at home, please do, or you can just listen. Taking a deep breath in. Letting the hands come down to the thighs. Chin can come to the chest. And as you softly blink open the eyes, allow yourself to take in this moment right in front of you. Breathe in, lift the gaze. Inhale, the hands come up over the head. Palms come to touch. As you exhale, we'll take the arms into a cactus position so that the elbows are in line with the shoulders, wrists are right over the elbows. I guess it could be called goalposts for anyone who's not in Arizona. Inhale, reach the hands up overhead again. Exhale, cactus. Breathe in, reach the hands up. Breathe out, cactus. Inhale, reach them back up overhead. Exhale, cactus. So this is some dynamic movement, moving the breath with the body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Allow yourself to go at the pace of your own breath. So that could be slower or faster than me. Inhale, exhale. So really just getting into the body. Nice little warm up. Inhale, hands up overhead. Once more, exhale, cactus. Breathe in, hands come all the way up again. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Noticing here. Inhale, circle sweep the hands back up overhead. Palms come to touch. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, we'll twist. So taking your right hand across the body over to the left knee. The other hand comes behind you. I'm mirroring, or I think, I don't know how the camera works, but I think so. Breathe in, extending from the base of the spine all the way up to the crown of the head, getting nice and tall. Breathe out, allows you to twist from that length, looking over the shoulder behind you. Each inhale, see if you can get a little bit more length. Each exhale, see if you can find a little bit more twist. Breathe in. Breathe out. So practice tonight is really going to be just focusing on your breath. If you're breathing, you're doing it correctly. One more breath here. Inhale. Untwist the torso, hands come up overhead. Those palms come to touch again. And as you exhale, take your left hand over to the right knee now. Other hand comes behind you. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall from the base of the spine, out the crown of the head. Exhale, twisting, looking over the shoulder behind you. Each inhale finds that length so that we can exhale, twist from the length. Shoulder blades drawing away from the ears. One more breath here. And as you breathe in, slowly untwist the torso, hands up overhead. Breathe out, hands come back to center. Coming to the heart. Inhale, circle sweep the hands once more. Up overhead. Exhale, take the right hand over to the right side. Reach that left hand up overhead so that we're getting a nice big side body stretch. Reaching the left hand nice and long. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears so that we're not gripping there. The left hip has a tendency to creep up. See if you can keep both hips evenly rooted. And we're going to see if we can send our breath here from that left hip all the way through the ribs, out the fingertips. Inhaling. Exhale, softens the shoulders still. One more breath here. Breathe in, feel the ribs spread with your breath. Exhale, stay here. Inhale, both hands come back up overhead. Exhale, left hand comes to the left side body. Right hand comes up overhead. Breathe in, get nice and long through that right side body. When you breathe out, make sure you're softening the shoulders. Coming away from the ears. Getting along from that right hip crease all the way through the right fingertips. Feeling that right hip crease stay rooted in the earth. Using your breath to find space between the ribs. Inhale, getting nice and long here. Exhale. Breathe in, both hands come back overhead. Exhale through to heart center again. Moving into tabletop position. So hands and knees. If you're sitting on anything, you can move it out of the way. In our tabletop, we want to focus on the hands being directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. The feet should be going straight back behind the knees, toes uncurled so that the feet are nice and flat on the ground. Spreading the fingers of the hands nice and wide. We want the index fingers parallel with one another so that they're facing forward and spreading wide so you feel that long line of energy in between the fingers. As we breathe in, we're going to look forward, looking up a little bit, lifting the chest, spreading the collarbones. The tailbone rises. This is cow pose, sorry. As you exhale, take your chin to your chest. Drop the tailbone, round the back, as if you're pushing something away with your back. It's kind of rounded like a Halloween cat. Inhale, look forward again, spread the collarbones wide. Tailbone rises. Exhale, chin to chest. Round the back. Tailbone drops. Moving through these two poses with your breath. Each inhale, chest comes forward, spreading the collarbones nice and wide. Each exhale, rounding the back. Letting your breath be the cue here. The breath is coming about in milliseconds before the movement. I can guide you with my words externally. I'll help keep you safe in alignment. But your breath's the ultimate guide, the ultimate guru, teacher. The more we focus on the breath, the more we have an opportunity to be right here. When the breath is choppy, taking that as an indication to change something, both in your yoga practice and also off the mat. The breath's a good indication of the mind. And the breath is something that's in our control. The next time you exhale, we're going to elongate the exhale. So the chin's going to come to the chest. We'll round the back like we were doing, but then continue to exhale as you take your seat back towards your heels, just briefly, for a child's pose. Forehead to the ground. Inhale, though, you'll move back forward into that cow pose. Collarbone spreads, just like we did before. Exhale, chin to chest, round the back. Take the seat back towards the heels. Inhale, chest comes through and forward. Exhale, round the back. Pelvic floor rises, navel comes in and up. Take the seat back towards the heels. Inhale, moving back forward. One more. Exhale, first round the back. Then take the seat back towards the heels. This time staying, so you might want to take the knees a little bit wider. Feet are going to come together. Seat comes back towards the heels. Forehead relaxed on the earth. If it's not comfortable to get to the forehead to the earth, you can place a block. If you don't have a block at home, as we're not at a studio, you can also always just find some sort of cushion, maybe a pillow from the couch cushion, or even a book. Books are good props to have here at home too. If it's uncomfortable in your knees, or you're finding a hard time bringing your seat all the way back, a blanket, just any old household blanket, works well underneath the hips. So connecting here in child's pose, feeling the third eye, that forehead point, connected into the ground. That's the vagus nerve, and it's going to help calm the body. Give us that feedback to our nervous system. Feeling the breath here, the belly is getting bigger as you breathe in, getting closer to the ground. Belly gets smaller as you breathe out. One more breath just like this, breathing in, feeling the belly get bigger. Breathe out, belly gets smaller. And then walk your hands over to the left side of your mats. Maybe even take them off your mat all the way so that you're getting nice and long in that right side body. Leave space between the hands for the neck and shoulders. Forehead still coming to the ground. Just like we did seated, we're going to see if we can find our breath moving from the right hip crease all the way through the right fingertips, using the breath to create space in the ribs. Breathe in. See if you can walk your fingertips a little bit more over to that left side. Breathe out, see if you can soften maybe the right shoulder, right hip crease closer to the earth. Walk your hands back through center, pausing here in the middle. Noticing any difference, any space that you've created from right side to left. Then walk the hands all the way over to the right side, off of the mat. Getting nice and long in that left side body, from the left hip crease all the way out the left fingertips. Breathe in. Breathe out. With your inhale, see if you can create space in the ribs, spreading the ribs with your air.
Inhale, see if you can walk the hands a little bit more over to the right. As you exhale, see if you can soften that left shoulder blade a little closer to the ground. And then walk the hands back through center, pausing here, noticing what you notice. And then pushing back up into a tabletop position. Curl the toes under, keeping the fingers spread nice and wide. So toes are tucked, shoulder blades are drawing down the back. Lift the knees just about an inch or so off the ground, pausing here. Continue to draw the shoulder blades back, noticing that slight curve made in the low back. And then lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. As you breathe in, briefly take the shoulders forward so that the shoulders are coming over the wrists into plank pose. Notice if you need to take a little bit longer of a stance here with the hands or the legs. And then as you breathe out, take the hips up and back into downward facing dog without moving the hands. Do that again. Inhale, take the shoulders back forward. Exhale, hips up and back, keeping that long stance. So plank is the body's natural blueprint for downward facing dog, so we can have a little bit longer of a stance than sometimes we expect to. In downward facing dog, notice how this feels. This can be a huge hamstring stretch. So keep that slight bend in the knees if you need to. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, breathing into any spots of tension that show up, and then switching back and forth, kind of walking that out. Feel free to spend more time on one side or the other. A lot of times when there's stress and things going on, we can feel a lot of these emotions build up in the body and the muscles. So noticing that, breathing into that, caring for that. And then continue to spread the fingers nice and wide and pushing the index and thumb especially into the ground. Lift the right leg back behind you. Right leg about parallel with the earth so that both hip creases, both hip points are facing down to the earth like there was headlights on them and they're even with each other. And then bend the right knee. Take the right foot over to the left side so that you're rotating through the hip, opening up the hip. That might be a lot there. You can also do a hip circle, like circling out the knee. Noticing any tight spots that come up here too. Breathing into the hip. Pausing longer anywhere if you need to. And then take the right leg back parallel with the earth. Bring the right leg to the ground. Lift the left leg back behind you. Flex the left foot so toes are facing down as if you were standing on a wall behind you. Bend the left knee. Take the left foot over towards the right side. You can circle out the knee, circle out the hip again here if that feels nice. And then bring the left leg back parallel with the earth. Left foot comes to the ground. One deep breath here in downward facing dog, filling the belly up with air. Letting all the air go. Walk the hands to the back of the mat to meet your feet. Folding forward, Uttanasana. So I'll move forward so I'm in the picture. Keeping a bend in the knees. A slight bend or maybe a large bend, whatever is necessary to maintain connection with the low ribs, upper thighs. So you want those ribs nestling in on the thighs. You want the head completely hanging forward. We use our necks all day long to hold up the head. So it's natural for the body to still want to hold the head here. See if you can actually just let it hang. Let gravity take the head all the way down. Feel all the tension, all the stress melts off the backs, down the heads. Feel the feet rest, rooted into the earth. Then as you breathe in, take the hands to the shins or to the floor in front of you. We're going to have a flat back. So here, focusing on a nice long spine. So from the hips to the shoulders, straight line, and then all the way out the crown of the head. So looking a few feet in front of your feet instead of looking and cranking the neck up. Deep breath in, breathe out, fold back forward. Hands to the hips. Slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, rise all the way up to standing. Breathe out. Hands come by the hips. Letting the hands hang long. Taking the feet in so that they're about hip distance, inner hips, that hip creases there. That's about 2 fists, or they can also be together if that's more comfortable. Letting the feet rooted into the earth, shoulder blades, draw down the back, opening the palms up. Noticing here again, any tension that's building up in the body. Notice your face, maybe relaxing the eyebrows, the jaw. Breathe in, look up, reach your hands up. Urdhva Hastasana, pause here. Tone the abdomen, belly draws back, navel to spine. Knit the ribs together, but lift up through the chest. Shoulder blades still drawing down, arms nice and strong and straight. You can look straight ahead or up between the fingertips if there's no neck considerations and that's comfortable. Breathe in, breathe out, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward again. Walk the hands to the front of the mat. Take that nice long plank pose again. Energetically, so moving without movement, feel the palms of the hands draw back towards the tips of the toes. Engaging the core. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, take the hips back, up and back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, step the right foot all the way between the hands. Maybe one big step, or maybe a few steps to get there. Right foot is gonna move out about 1 inch or 2 so that there's space between the feet, so that we're not on a tightrope, but instead more like train tracks. Lunge pose, so bending deeply into that front knee, but strengthen and strong the back leg. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, take the left knee to the earth. If that's uncomfortable, you can always pad it by curling over the mat. You can put a blanket underneath the knee. Anything to give the knee a little bit more support. So you can use the right hand here to push out on the right thigh a little. You can also lean more into that left hip. The hip creases hold a whole lot of tension. They can hold a lot of stress, and that's the psoas is there. It's the fight or flight muscle. So especially in stressful times, we can hold a lot there. So to really spend some time opening that up can be really nice for the body. And again, noticing what comes up, allowing whatever it is to come up in this present moment, giving yourself space to feel, to notice. You can stay right here, working on that hip stretch, breathing into it, or you can root that right foot into the ground, the top of the left foot into the ground, pushing deeply, and then breathe in. You can reach the torso up, biceps come by the ears, Anjaneyasana pose, shoulder blades drawing down the back, lifting up with the heart. Deep breath in. When you breathe out, you can take the hands back to the earth if they're not already there. Take the seat back towards that back heel, flexing the front foot so the toes are coming closer to the nose for half splits. You can always keep a slight bend in that knee to protect the hamstring.
can be a huge stretch too, so breathing here, drawing the right hip back, left hip forward. You want to be on the center of that right heel. It can be shorter if needed. You can go out longer if you want more of a stretch. As you inhale, reaching up with the heart. So it's almost as if someone had a string on the heart pulling you forward. The exhale brings you closer to the leg. Inhale, reaching heart forward. Exhale, relaxing heart down. Bend back into that front knee, planting the front foot. Hands frame the front foot. Curl through the back toes. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Downward facing dog. Noticing here. Any difference between both sides? Feel 3 deep breaths, so filling the belly up with air. Letting all the air go. One more. Taking the left leg, breathe in, lift the left leg up, breathe out, step it through, one big step or several little steps to get there. The left foot comes over an inch or two to create space for the hips. This is lunge pose, bending deeply into that front knee, but strengthen the back leg. The right knee tends to drop here, so you can really focus on bringing the right knee up. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, bring the right knee to the earth. You can always pad it up. Uncurling to the back toe so that the whole back foot is flat. Right hand come to the ground. You can take the left hand to that left thigh. Push out on the left thigh, maybe feel a little more stretch in the hip. You can lean further forward to feel the stretch in that right hip. Notice here if you feel it more in the left or right hip. I sometimes find that each side's a little bit different for me. Breathing into the tension. Allowing whatever's tense, stored up in there to kind of come out. Use your breath to create space. Your breath to anchor you, to let you be in this present moment. You can keep working this stretch, or you can press the left foot into the ground firmly. You can press the top of the right foot into the ground in order to breathe in, lift the torso up. Biceps by the ears, draw the shoulder blades down, lift up with the heart. Deep breath in. Breathe out, hands come back to the ground. Take the seat back towards the back of the mat, flexing the front feet, toes towards the nose. You can keep a slight bend in the knee, if it's a big stretch on the hamstring. As you breathe in, lifting up forward with the heart. As you breathe out, relaxing down with the heart towards the leg. Just like in the twist, moving on that breath, so each breath in brings you forward more, each breath out relaxes you down more. Bending back into the front knee, planting the hands, curling to the back toes. Step the right foot up to meet the left. Forward fold, Uttanasana. So that bend in the knees, helping you fold more forward, releasing the low back, letting the head hang. Take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Take the hands up to about mid-back. Draw the elbows closer together, shoulders closer together. They're not really going to move, but feel that feeling. And as you inhale, reach the hands up towards the ceiling, you'll feel a big stretch in the shoulders. If this isn't accessible, you can always use like a towel or something to grab the hands. You can grab the back of the shirt. Or you can just do the forward fold like we were doing.
Keep breathing into the space between the shoulders. Keep pressing the feet into the earth. As you breathe out, unhook the hands. Let the head hang. Hands cover the hips. Inhale. Come all the way up to standing. Hands up overhead. Exhale, hands through to heart. Close the eyes for a brief moment, noticing what you notice. And then you can softly blink open the eyes, noticing that energy that may have rearranged in the body now from when we started, just by using the breath. And then feet are going to be planted into the earth again, that hip distance apart. Feel the right leg, the right foot pressing deeply into the earth. Come up onto the left toes. You can either just stay up high on the left toes there. You can turn the left ankle into that right heel. Here comes my cat. She wants to join. So this is tree pose. You can balance right here. The hands can come to the heart. You can get super light on those left toes. You can also take it a little bit further if you want to challenge the balance by bringing that left foot to the shin below the knee, or the left foot above the knee. Just don't put it on the knee because we don't want to have that pressure on the knee here. Patchouli, you're making it harder. Hands, Patchouli. Hands to the heart, finding a spot on the ground to fix your gaze. Maybe it's a dot on the earth, maybe it's a line on the ground, something to fix your gaze on, your drishti, your attention. When we still our mind on one point, it's easier to still when we still our attention on one point, it's easier to still our mind, to find that balance. So play with it. Balance is a dance. So we move out of balance so we can practice moving back into balance. So if you move out, it's okay. Just try again. And then we'll do the other side. So pushing the left foot into the ground, come up high onto the right toes. Turn the foot so that the right ankle is coming into that, or the right heel is coming into that left ankle. Hands can come to the heart. Either focusing on the balance here, getting light in those toes, or you can bring that right foot to the shin, or the right foot to the left thigh. Anywhere but the knee. Protecting the knee. Find a spot again on the ground to focus the gaze. Wow, the balance is so much easier when the cat's not pushing me over. So getting tall here at the crown of the head, focusing the gaze on one spot. Noticing as you steady the attention, the mind starts to slow, the balance becomes easier. Noticing the dance that takes place, allowing yourself to move through it, giving yourself grace. And then bringing both legs back to the ground, maybe shaking out the feet a little bit, shaking out the legs. And then bring the feet together. The knees will come wide apart and we'll make our way all the way down to a seat. And then still keeping those feet together, the knees apart, for bound angle, a butterfly pose. This is called Baddha Konasana in yoga. If you're finding this uncomfortable, you can put a blanket, again, underneath the seat. I like to do that to help rock my hips forward a little bit instead of relaxing into that, letting the pelvic bowl kind of tip forward, the hip bowl. Sitting up tall. Relaxing the shoulders down the back.
Again, this is getting into the hips, that psoas muscle, the fight or flight response. So if this is a big stretch here, you can stay just sitting up nice and tall. You can press the hands out on the thighs if that feels nice, or you can begin to fold forward. If you're folding forward, leading with the heart, so that we're having a nice long spine instead of rounding the back. So inhale, the heart's coming forward again as if someone had a string on the chest pulling you forward. Exhale, relaxes you closer to the earth. Each inhale, allow the chest to bring you forward. Each exhale relaxes you closer. Even if the exhale just brings you down a little bit. But at any point you notice the back begin to round, stop there. Allow yourself to breathe, create more space, and then you might notice you're able to go further in alignment, taking care of your body. The goal is not to come all the way down. The goal is to maintain good form, to take good care of yourself. We don't need to push to go further. We can just be exactly where we're at. And where we're at today in this pose might be different than where we might be at tomorrow, or where we were at yesterday. Allowing yourself to be, to feel what you feel in this moment, in all moments. You can let the head hang down if you're all the way down too. Slowing the breath. One more breath in. And breath out. And as you breathe in, walk the torso back upright. Take the legs nice and long. You can rock the legs out a little bit. Flex the toes back towards the nose. I like to move the flesh out of the way of my sit bones. You feel those bones that you sit on underneath there. I like to kind of take the flesh or the butt and actually move it so you can feel yourself rooted into the earth there. That again is going to help that pelvic bowl kind of tilt forward. Sitting up nice and tall. This might be a big stretch and you can stay sitting up. Or you can fold forward. I personally like to keep a slight bend in my knees because I have tight hamstrings, so doing whatever's best for your body. Breathing in, reaching the hands up overhead. As you breathe out, we'll fold forward again with that straight spine, allowing your hands to just come to wherever they come, so maybe the shins, the floor, ankles. Each inhale leading with the heart coming forward. Each exhale relaxing the back, closer to the earth. Straight spine. Inhale. Exhale. Following the breath, allowing the breath to move you. Breathe in, walk the hands back, let the torso come back upright. Breathe out, let the shoulder blades relax down. And then we'll make our way onto our bellies. So if you do have a blanket in the way, you can just move it. And then come all the way onto the bellies. Let the legs go long behind you. I like to even just kind of kick the leg back. The tops of the feet are going to be flat. Forehead can come to the earth, hands can go flat behind you. As you inhale, we're going to lift the chest up. Shoulder blades drawing down. Lift the arms off the ground. See if you can lift the ribs, even the low ribs, off. Press the tops of the feet into the ground. Almost lift the feet, lift the thighs. Get nice and strong in the legs. Breathe in, see if you can lift a little higher. Locust 1, Shalabhasana. Harder when you talk. As you exhale, come all the way down to the ground. Let one cheek come to the earth, rest. And then take the forehead back to the earth. Inhale, lift the hearts. Shoulder blades drawing back. Lift the chest, lift the low ribs. Lift the legs. Do lift the feet. See if you can lift the tops of the thighs. Inhale, see if you can lift a little higher. Low ribs off the ground. Upper thighs off the ground. Shoulder blades drawing back, away from the ears. One more breath in, lift higher. Exhale, slowly come to the earth. Other cheek rests. Allow yourself to rest. So we move our bodies through these intense, uncomfortable positions in yoga so that we can find more gratitude, more relaxation in something like laying on the ground. Laying on the ground becomes a lot more enjoyable after we've done something like that. So curl onto your backs when you're ready. Walking the feet in, so that the feet are down, knees are up. Arms are coming long beside the body. Walk the feet in so that the heels graze the tips of the fingers. Take the right ankle on the left knee. Flex the right foot. Either stay here, just working that right knee further out, or lift both legs, coming closer to the chest. Flex both feet to protect the knees. Interlace your fingers behind the left thigh if you'd like to go further. You can also stay just where you are. Or in front of the left shin. Notice whatever is comfortable for you today. Give yourself permission to change that. You can use the right elbow to push out on the right knee to get a little bit more stretch in the right thigh. You can find stillness or rock side to side. Again, this is that hip opener. So noticing what you notice. If emotions come up, that's okay. That happens. Allow yourself to feel, to be. And then we'll switch that out. Unhook that right foot. Take the left ankle on top of the right knee. Either staying here, just using that left knee to push further away. Left hand can push on the leg. Or lift both legs so that they're coming closer to the chest. Flex both feet to protect the knees. Interlace your fingers, if you'd like, behind the right thigh or in front of the right shin. Use the left elbow to push out on the left knee if you'd like, to create a little bit more stretch there. Find stillness or rock side to side, keeping that low back rooted. Noticing your breath. Pay some attention. Unhook that left leg. Both knees drawn to the chest. Rocking side to side. Give yourself a nice big squeeze, showing yourself gratitude for practicing, for showing up, for doing the work, for being. And then eventually we'll take the right knees all the way over to the right side, opening up the left chest. Left hand can open up either in like that T position or again that cactus or goalpost arm. Whatever's more comfortable. So we're twisting here. Our torso is going in opposite direction of our knees. The gaze can be straight ahead or it can be over the left shoulder. Inhaling, finding length through the spine. Exhaling, twisting more open. Allow yourself to settle in. The twists can be really healing for the digestive system, massaging the internal organs. Breathe in, take the knees back to center, give yourself a big squeeze again. And then take the knees the other direction, knees are falling over to the left.
Torso's opening up to the right. Arm can be in a T or cactus position. Gaze can be straight up or over the right shoulder. Breathing in, finding length in the torso. Breathing out, twisting the torso more open. Breathe in, untwisting, hugging the knees back into the chest once more here. And then we'll do a reclined butterfly. So just like we did seating, our feet are going to come together, the knees are apart, keeping the head rest on the ground, protecting the neck. You can close your eyes here. If you have lights on in the room, you can dim them or turn them off. Take one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Noticing the breath. Noticing the rise and fall of the belly, the chest against the hands. As you inhale, feeling the belly get bigger. Continue to inhale as you feel your chest, the hand on the chest, get bigger. As you exhale, feel the chest fall. The belly falls. We'll make that a little bit longer. Inhale. Feel the hand on the belly get larger. Feel the hand on the chest get larger. Sip in a little bit more air all the way up to the collarbones. Exhale the air out of the chest, the mid-belly, all the way down to the low belly. Feel all of the air exit the body. Inhale, breathe into that low belly. Belly expands. Chest gets bigger. Sip in more air all the way to the collarbones. Exhale. Chest falls. Space between the hands falls. Belly falls. Inhale, breathe in with the belly. The chest. All the way up to the collarbones. Exhale, out of the collarbones. The upper belly, the low belly. Keep breathing like this. A few more breaths. 3 parts on the inhale. 3 parts on the exhale. But see if you can make those smooth, even breaths. One more breath. Letting that go. Taking the legs long on the mats. Arms can come long. We're going to prepare for a final relaxation pose. So if you have any props that you gathered and you want them, you can use them. What I do is I tend to put a blanket, if you have a pillow, just a regular head pillow, underneath the head to give myself just a little bit of cushion. If you have the blanket, you want it to be super flat so you're not feeling any bit of fold. To disrupt you, I have a bolster that I love in Shavasana. I put underneath my knees. You can always roll up a blanket to have it under there. I even sometimes kind of roll it under to give myself a little neck cushion. If you have a cervical pillow, that works too. And then I have an eye pillow that I love, but you can also use just a washcloth or towel to kind of gently shade the eyes. Letting yourself relax, feeling the whole body heavy. Giving yourself a moment here just to be. Softening every muscle.
relaxing every toe, feeling the feet heavy. Heels soften, ankles relaxed. Legs are heavy, resting on the earth or the props. Hips relaxed. Shoulders softening. Feel the arms heavy on the earth. Relax every finger. Soften the forehead. Relax the jaw. Relax the whole face. Nothing to do with the breath. Nothing to do with the muscles. Nowhere to be except to be. Whole body rested. Completely safe. Secure. You've prepared for this moment. Rest pose. Shavasana. Coming back to the breath. Gently wiggling the fingers, the toes, wakening the body. Taking your time, and when you're ready, move over to one side, fetal position. Noticing what you notice, reflecting on the practice. Pressing the hands to the earth, making your way up to a seated position. Keeping the eyes closed. Going back to this rest pose here. Noticing the breath. Noticing any difference in the body now from the start of practice. As you breathe in, thinking the word so. And as you breathe out, thinking the word hum. So, hum. Natural sound of the breath. In Sanskrit, this means I am that I am. And just a moment to be. the words fall away. The breath is always something to root us to, always something to allow us to be. Thank you so much for practicing. Thank you so much for allowing me to teach you, to guide you. It's healing for me, and I hope it was healing for you. Instagram cut me off. I started a new video, so if you joined again, sorry. I tried to end on time. Super close. The lights, the love, and everything that's special in me honors that same light, that same love, all that's special in each one of you. Please keep practicing. Please keep doing the work, taking care of yourself, showing up for you. It helps yourself, it helps the whole entire world. Take time to find stillness. Take time to just be. You deserve it. The world needs it. Namaste. Thank you guys. If you have questions, comments, feedback, connect with me. If you couldn't hear me, if something was weird, just let me know. If you do enjoy it, I'm open to doing it again if a different time works better. Send me a message. If you have any questions about meditation, yoga, or any of that, I would love to support you in any way I can. I've kind of been in waves myself of emotions, and some days are harder than others. And on the days that are better, I really enjoy supporting others. So please reach out. Please practice. Thank you. Thanks, Matt.